society expects women to fade into the background as they get older, to become invisible. So I say, forget that, make yourself visible. And how can you do that? Well, one way is to wear colour. Forget beige, bland, pale colours. Find out what colours suit you and wear them in your clothes and on your skin. Wearing colour can make you feel more confident and good about yourself. So just go for it and do it.
We should feel valued and accepted for who we are. We should challenge our hairdressers, our nail technicians, our beauticians, and ask, why aren't there any pictures that represent me? Learn to love yourself, embrace your natural beauty, put your eyes on, put your cheeks on, put your lips on, and smile. People will not see the lines, the bags, the age spots. They will see you.
At the age of 68, I still want to look and feel my best. And I don't believe that we should tone it down, as a lot of people say when we get older.
I think we should be proud of our mature beauty. I think we should be confident, stand tall, and above all, smile. It's amazing the difference a smile makes. People see a smile and they can't help but smile back.
I think it's really important to remember that you are not alone feeling that the beauty world is often only targeting the young, or making us more mature women feel that we must try and look young again. We all age, and I believe that it's a privilege to age. Don't allow others to put you down or to ignore you.
Just because there are many companies in the beauty industry that seem to write off older women, I think we have to be really careful that we don't actually write ourselves off. I still want to look the best I can be, and using makeup, I think, helps me achieve that. And whenever I receive a compliment about my makeup, especially if it's from a younger woman, I always feel like doing a little dance in celebration and shouting, yes, that's for the older woman.
Well, I think every decade of your life should be embraced, and women of all ages should be celebrated. My face, I believe, tells the story of my life, and I may not look like I did when I was in my 20s, now that I'm in my 70s, but I just love that Look Fabulous Forever have created a range of products for this stage in my life.
I was always told to focus on the positive and distract away from the things that we're not so happy with, and to encourage and bolster others. Women so often look in the mirror and instantly point out the things about themselves that they don't like. I always love to try and find the positives. And if you can't do this for yourself, then let me suggest you ask a trusted friend or a family member and say, what is it? What is it about me? What do you think my positive points are? And if that person says they love your eyes, then learn all the techniques to enhance your eyes.
I've thought about my influences over the years from the beauty and makeup industry, and Twiggy and Bieber in my youth, in my teens, and since then no one really in particular, but for the last 6-7 years it's been Trisha Cusden and Look Fabulous Forever. I've gleaned so much information and so much help from the makeup tutorials, and the advice has been invaluable.
Never in my wildest dreams did I think that in my 60s I would be a social media content creator for an online makeup and skincare company. I'm quite a shy person, but I do love playing about with makeup. And when I got the opportunity to create some social media content for Look Fabulous Forever, I thought, well, why not give it a go and see how I get on? And I absolutely love doing it. So my advice is, don't overthink things. If you get an opportunity to try something new, then just go ahead and do it, because what's the worst that can happen?
When I became a brand ambassador for Look Fabulous Forever, I was really nervous. I had always felt awkward about having my photograph taken, and when I got nerve damage in my face, it was difficult to hold a smile, which is why you never see me with a dazzling smile now in my photographs. But after many, many months of acupuncture, I finally got my mouth straight again. I'm so glad that I was chosen to be an ambassador because it's improved my confidence no end. Who would have thought that I would end up making videos showing me first thing in the morning with no makeup on and sharing them all with you? Certainly not me. I think you should grab any opportunities that come your way with both hands and just jump in.
My inspiration comes from the strong women in my family who had such a zest for life. My grandma was widowed when she was in her 20s and raised 2 children and worked into her 70s. And from her I learned to value my independence. My own mum taught me not to take myself too seriously. She had a great sense of humour and she encouraged me to listen to others and to draw my own conclusions about people, not to listen to gossip. And they've been role models for me in my life. And I think it's the role of older women to do that, to positively encourage and support younger women.
I would say Mary Quant, because she really did change the way women dressed.
Several women have inspired me. I think going back to the 1980s, one of my first trainers at my makeup training school was an older lady who introduced me, then a young woman, to models to practice on of all different ages, with different skin tones and with different hair colour, different eye colours, etc. And she really changed and challenged me in the way that I really look at people. And she taught me to look at the positive. And she also showed me really to look for their individuality and their uniqueness. We're all unique. Secondly, my clients inspire me every single day. The people that I teach makeup skills to, all of them inspire me, especially the older ladies, the ladies in their late 70s, 80s and beyond, who are still really curious about life and who still absolutely want to feel good about themselves as they age. And the women that never stop wanting to learn. I think learning is the key. I'm still learning every single day. Be curious, learn, practice, enjoy.
I think Trisha and Sally have been my greatest inspiration in my journey with makeup. Their video tutorials have given me the confidence to experiment with makeup. I think the best piece of advice came from Sally, who's advised when you're trying something new, for example, a new lipstick, you should wear it at least 3 times before you make your final decision about whether you like it. It's surprising how over time your perception of something which perhaps at first seemed too bright, too strong, or perhaps just too different from what you're used to, how that changes and you think, actually, yes, I quite like this.
Well, that has to be Dame Vivienne Westwood. What she's done, she used fashion to provoke a reaction, but also to inspire change. I mean, she was passionate about climate change. Now, here's a fun fact. Did you know that she worked with Richard Branson to design the uniforms for the Virgin Atlantic crew? Only recycled fabrics are used, and she's just amazing. At 80, she was still getting up every morning, putting on her full makeup, whether we liked it or not. She had her statement hair, statement lips, and she was just incredible.
I'm inspired not just by one woman, but a group of women. And that's the ladies that go to the weekly Aquafit class that I go to. We're all ages, all shapes and sizes, but nobody is judged or discouraged or not included. We just go along in our swimsuits and we exercise to music in the water and we have a good time keeping fit. Don't worry about what anyone thinks about what you look like. Just go along and enjoy yourself and have some fun.
I've been very fortunate to do 2 jobs that I have absolutely loved throughout my career. I've spent over 25 years teaching in special schools, working with some often very profoundly disabled children, often children with life-limiting conditions, and met some incredible women and incredible parents who have looked after these children. One particular parent, I think, has to spring to mind as being incredibly inspirational to me. In 2015, I met a lady called Bhavna Taylor. Bhavna's son had just been diagnosed at the age of 7 with a condition called Stargardt's disease, which meant that his eyesight was gradually deteriorating and getting worse and worse, and he would need low vision aid. He would possibly need to have to learn to use Braille. Stargardt's is a condition that many people haven't heard of. There is currently no cure and there is currently no treatment. And Bhavna was absolutely reeling from the news that her son had just been diagnosed with this condition. He looked around to try and find some information, and there was very little information available. There was very little support available. So in the midst of this absolutely devastating revelation, Bhavna got together and she has started up a charity called Stargardt's Connected. It brings together families who are affected by Stargardt's. She works tirelessly to raise money for research towards a cure or treatment, and I am absolutely full of admiration for this woman. So Bhavna Taylor, I don't know if you'll ever see this video, but I salute you and I find you absolutely inspirational. If anybody wants to know any more about Stargardt's, or if you're interested to know what this amazing woman has done, if you just Google Stargardt's Connected, you will find out all about Bhavna and her fantastic son, Ethan. They are both so positive and so amazing and really, really inspirational.
I would like to see a greater use of older women in advertising, and I would like to ban all those dreadful adverts that portray older women as really feeble and doddery. What the advertisers should remember is inside most older women is a younger woman wondering what the hell happened. I'd also like to see less use of stick-thin models and less use of plastics and unnecessary packaging.
Going forward, I hope the media and the beauty industry will encourage us to value our ageing selves and to endorse that women can be beautiful and are beautiful at every age.
Looking towards the future, I think it's up to us to set a good example to our daughters and granddaughters. We need to be positive about our older faces. I know I'm one who often moans about how my face has changed, how everything has dropped, how I've lost colour, wrinkles. And I think if we do this in the presence of our younger women, we might be setting the seed in their minds that they're thinking, oh, an older face is not something that we want. We should avoid this at all costs. So I think we need to be positive. Beauty can be found in all faces, and we should embrace the face that we have, whatever our age.
Well, I would love to see the beauty industry drop that term anti-age. Anti means against aging. We're all getting older. Don't fight it. If you try to overcome or eliminate or prevent aging, it will, believe me, it will show. I am pro-age all the way.
I really hope that more companies start to realise that older women aren't invisible and we want makeup just as younger women do. Not to look younger, but to just look and feel our best. So let's keep those age-appropriate products coming, and let's also continue to push for older models in advertising and to avoid airbrushing. I really hope that the must look perfect trend in social media that so affects particularly younger women, younger people, and women and people of all ages become outdated, and that we can be allowed to see that imperfection is actually normal and is perfectly welcome.
I think in the future, I'd like to see much more older women in the mainstream media to promote skincare, makeup products. I think we have come a little bit further. We're now seeing more models with silver hair and wrinkles and different body shapes and sizes, but I think more could be done.
I really hope that in the future the beauty and fashion industry, society as a whole, will take a leaf out of Look Fabulous Forever's book and show real women. We need more older women representation in films everywhere, because we exist, we're here, and here to stay. Wishing you all a very happy International Women's Day.